Okay, so last session we just end with this regular falsi method. I told you to finish these examples your own on the paper, and that time we discussed also that we can do these examples in two different ways. Okay, the first one, just obviously you write like a descriptive form, whatever given in the PDF file, that way. The other way is like this now. First of all, our aim is to solve this equation, or we have to find the roots of this equation by a regular falsi method. Remember, each and every question, the method is always mentioned, and you have to use that method only to solve the example. Okay, so this is the fx, and we have to find the root of that, correct up to 3 decimal places with a regular falsi method. So we can take fx equal to cos x minus x e raised to x, or you can take x e raised to x minus cos x. Both are correct there. So that about the first thing. So as this is fx, so we have to check in which interval the root exists there, and that interval is generally we take it as a 2 nearest integer. So we checked f of 0 as 1, f of 1 as a minus 2 points. So already it is observed that f of 0 is a greater than 0 and f of 1 is less than 0. That means the root exists in the interval 0 to 1. Okay, so the first important thing, step number 1, we have to decide the interval in which the root exists. And to decide that interval, we have to just check that the values of fx have the opposite sign. So here f of 0 positive, f of 1 negative, that have opposite sign, so root should exist in the interval 0 to 1. So that about step 1. Now after step 1, here you can go like this also. You make the table with the first column as a number of iteration, then the value of a, value of value of b, then we have a value of f of a, we have a value of f of b, then we have xn there. Now this xn is the iteration formula, and what is the formula for regular falsi that we use generally? Yes, what's the formula?
A into f of b
A into f of b, correct?
minus b into f of a
Yes, minus b into f of a
upon f of
upon
b minus f of a.
f of b minus f of a, correct? Okay, and last is f of xn. The last column is f of xn. So these are the columns that we have. Just I will take a little bit. I don't have the blank space that much. Okay, so so that about. Someone is on the chat. Chat. Why chat window is not visible? Alt H. Yes. Okay. So that about the table form. So you can do these questions in the table form also. Just you have to convert that into the table. Just make the headings like the rows, okay, and the columns, N, A, B, F of A, F of B, Xn, and F of Xn there. Then we can say here we have the first iteration. Yes, Swapnil, any doubt? Swapnil, you raised your hand. Is there any
No, sir.
problem?
No, sir.
No,
No,
okay.
sir.
So here is the first iteration. The value of a, we take it as a 0, and the value of b we take it as a 1, because we already observed f of 0 and f of 1 have the opposite sign. So this ab's, you have to always keep eye on the values of ab, because these a and b such that f of a and f of b should have the opposite sign. Opposite sign means if f of a is positive, f of b should be negative, and vice versa, that way. So here we have these values as 1, then minus 2.17, 17798. Now I written here 5 decimals. If someone wants to write 8 decimals, yes, you can write it. If someone is interested to write 4 decimal, that is also okay, but don't write less than 4 decimals. Okay, always keep a practice of writing minimum 4 decimal places there. And then again, roundup is also better if you want to write only 4 decimals. Okay, so that is generally I will suggest you to write at least 4 decimals when you do some calculation. Then you have to calculate now this x1. Now to calculate x1, yes, here is a formula. You have the values of a, b, f of a and f of b. Just you have to replace all these values in that formula of x1, and then you will get x1. So your x1 may come yes, anyone completed that calculation? Is it coming 0.31467 or different?
Yes, sir, same.
Same. Okay, very good. 0.31467. So that will be your x1. Then you have to calculate f of x1. Yes, anyone who completed f of x1?
So 0.5198.
Positive. It is a 0.5198.
198.
Okay, something like that. Is it?
Yes, sir, correct.
Okay, okay. So now this f of x1 mainly decides that x1 will take a place of a or b. So yes, x1 should take a place of which one, a or b?
Sir,
A.
A, correct, very good. Because f of a is a positive, f of x1 is also positive, so the place of a positive will take by positive only. Okay, so if f of x1 is a negative, then we replace b,
sir,
then b by
sir,
x1.
sir.
Yes,
Hello, sir. Sir, x1 will be minus
this one x1,
0.3146,
no,
no?
obviously not.
Yes, sir.
Obviously not.
So minus 2 point
A,
FB is
A
minus
into f
and
of b, A into f of
yes,
b
that is 0.
minus b into f of a. Okay, there is a negative
Got
sign.
it, got it, got it. Minus minus cancel, sir. Okay.
Okay, so if you observe here, we should replace a by x1. So here is x1. So even though examples are simple, but they are logical, they are tricky, because small silly mistake gives you the wrong or your 0 marks there also, because sometimes only you written a formula. At least you should write a formula once in a solution. So 1 marks you will get for the formula, remaining marks for the calculation, and generally it is checked from the last step only. If you got final answer as a correct, you get full marks there with a correct formula, and it is observed whether you are written it correctly, and then it observed how many iterations you've done correctly, and you got the marks there that way. So here a is a 0, which should be replaced by 0.31467. So that way this one will be as it is. Then this value will come here 0.5198, and this value will remain as it is. I hope you are getting all these things. And now you have to move to the x2. So you have again a, b, f of a, f of b. New values are available. So just use that values, and you should calculate that x2 as, I think it is coming 0.44673. I done calculation. If you have the different, you should tell me.
Yes, sir, it is same.
Okay, very good. Points.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, in this question, how many iteration we should do?
Now, question is already mentioned that you have to do till the first 3 decimals start repeating. Now, you'll observe what are the first 3 decimal here. 0.314 is at least
Okay, sir.
one decimal also not start repeated. Okay, so once that 3 decimals comes same, exactly same, you stop the iteration. Near about you may require 7 to 8 iteration here. Okay, but remember, this question is never asked in the exam. In exam, the questions are coming generally up to 4-5 iterations only. So never the question comes up to like 8 iteration, too lengthy questions not coming. Okay. So it is just for practice. I given here, because of that you require that, like here 9 iterations I done. Okay, so you'll observe this is the 9th and 8th, where first 3 decimal 517 517 start repeated. Okay, 517 517. Some of you may able to get this same answer or similar answer in 6 iteration. That is also okay, but not definitely less than 6 iteration. It is not possible at all. Okay, now why I'm saying you can get it in 6 iteration, the reason is you may round it up, or you may return all decimals. Okay, so different uh, values results in little small variations in the iterations, but final answer will be the same. Iterations may be 1 or 2 iterations here and there, that may be there depending on what you done there. But if you take keep uniformity, what is the uniform thing that you have to keep it? That minimum 4 decimals you have to write it with round up there, with round up there. Okay, and then when you calculate that f of x2 here, that f of x2, yes, it is 0.20356.
Yes, sir.
20536, and again it is a positive. As it is positive, it should replace by fx value which is positive. So you will observe f of a is positive. As f of a is positive, so this x2 should again become a. So in third iteration, you should take that x2 as a like 0.44673, then this one as it is, and continue. I will not do the remaining steps now. It is just why I'm started here, because you should know how to write in the exam. You can do this in a table form, or whatever the descriptive way given in the PDF, that way also you can finish. Okay, choice is yours. Okay, any doubt in the process here or this method?
Yes, yes, sir. One doubt, sir.
Yeah, you can.
Sir, as in bisection method, we used to do f of a less than 0, f of b greater than 0. So is that valid here also?
Yes, same thing we are doing now. You will observe now. This is f of a is positive, f of b is negative, f of a is positive, f of b is negative. So one should be positive and other should be negative. It can be reverse also. It may happen that f of b is positive and f of a is negative. That should happen everywhere. Okay. In this column, in these two column of f of a and f of b, throughout till end, f of a and f of b should have the opposite signs. Okay, that is true for both bisection method and regular falsi method. Got it?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So by chance, suppose you got this as a positive and this also you got a positive, then you should know that you are wrong. You done something wrong. And by chance, if you get here is a negative and here is also negative, then also you are wrong. One should positive and other should be negative. That you should have every time in each step or in each iteration of bisection as well as regular falsi. Okay, so that about the first two method. Now let me move our last method of finding the root, and that is a Newton-Raphson method. This is a Newton-Raphson method. Here I tabulated all three methods in a single slide here. You'll observe what are the requirements for finding the roots of algebraic and this transcendental equation. To get a roots, step number one is common to all three methods. The first, we have to find out a and b such that f of a and f of b have opposite sign. Okay, so the step one is a common, that f of a and f of b should have the opposite sign. So indirectly, step one is we are finding the interval ab where the root exists there, where the root exists, that interval we are finding. So once we get that interval, we use iteration formula to find the root. The first method is a bisection method, which use this formula a plus b upon 2 to proceed for the iteration. For regular falsi, we just seen this formula a f of b minus b f of a upon f of b minus f of a. So that about the formula. Now the last method is a Newton-Raphson method, which have the formula like this: xn plus 1 is equal to xn minus f of xn upon f dash of xn. So f dash means derivative of f fx. First you are given fx, you have to calculate f dash x. Now f of xn and f dash of xn, that are the values we require. So here the derivative formula is we require a simple derivative of algebraic function, trigonometric function, logarithmic function. So these three derivatives we require: derivative of algebraic function, trigonometric, logarithmic, like that. So this formula is a different now. This formula doesn't depend on interval later on. So here it depends only on initial approximation. Now initial approximation here, for uniform thing I kept b as a x0, but when we know the root exists in the interval ab, when the root exists in the interval ab, you can take x0 equal to a, you can take x0 is equal to b, okay, or you can take x0 is equal to a plus b upon 2 also, okay, that is midpoint of the interval, a plus b upon 2. So choice is your, depending on how much you are close to the root, you get a lesser iteration, you are requiring the lesser iteration. But I will tell you, the Newton-Raphson method is a faster convergent method. This is the most used method, or this is a important method, I will say, because this gives you the root in a less iteration. So maximum you will require three iteration in any example for getting the root, but it depends on what x0 you selected. If you are far away from the root, suppose the exact root x is equal to 100 is there, and you are taking x0 as a 0, then you may require 10 iterations there to reach here, okay, so that may happen. So because of that, I'm saying initial approximation also matters there. But the Newton-Raphson method is a double convergent, means it have the convergence rate as a 2. The meaning of a convergence rate as a 2 is, in one step it gives us two decimal correct answers, okay. So that is the uh, uh, two convergence rate for Newton-Raphson, but here these method have lesser convergence rate, first two method. So because of that, the Newton-Raphson is the most important method. This is the most important method, I would say, most important. Uh, uh, while this regular falsi and bisection, they are rarely used, and they are coming again rarely in the exam. So if I if I tell you that there are 10 examples coming in old question paper, out of that you will find 8 questions on Newton-Raphson, while 2 questions on the first two method, okay, like that. So this is the probability of coming in the exam. So 0.8 is a probability of Newton-Raphson, while 0.2 is a probability of these two methods together. So I would say 0.1 and 0.1 is a probability of first two method there, that way, okay. While 0.8 is for Newton-Raphson. So let me see the Newton-Raphson method on GeoGebra first, and we'll come to know how it is, or I will show you first here the Newton-Raphson method. Actually, it is based on the Taylor series. The proof is based on Taylor series. The proof will not come in an exam. So you will observe that this formula is derived from the Taylor series. You probably learned that Maclaurin and Taylor series in the last semester. So that series only used to get this root, to use that formula. So the formula is this one: xn plus 1 is xn minus f of xn upon f dash xn. So I will come to, just a minute, before that I have to share you the link, and the link is now on your chat. I think previously I tried for chat window. Chat window is not coming. I don't know what is the problem with the chat window.
Sir, use Alt plus H.
No, I'm doing that also. I'm doing that also. Alt H, or I'm clicking on chat. So just I press Alt H now. So it is not appearing, or I will minimize something. It may be hidden. But I check. Yes, it's on the screen here. Okay, everyone. Okay, so the link is on your chat box now, and you should click on it and come to this. Okay, I also not opened. I think resources. Check. No. I think no one is still connected, no?
So the link is of bisection method.
Okay,
it's-
okay, okay,
it's
okay. I shared wrong link then. Okay, just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Yeah, my mistake, because I I went on the wrong. Just again a chat window. Now check a new one. I'll correct this link also. Click on the new link now. Yes, all you are there now. Okay, I will click on Satyam Anand. Okay, what he is doing. Let me see all of you, all of us. Graphically, in a Newton-Raphson, these things are happening. It depends on the tangent. Now, how the approximation is done with a Newton-Raphson, you can check here. Uh, First of all, we have some fx. Okay, all of you, I think, just wait here. Why I'm sharing this activity, later on you can just change this function. There is a tab to change the function. Yes, you just click in that box only. Click in that box only, you can change the fx. Then you can change x0, initial x0. Okay, once you get fx and x0, what you have to do it, this is x0 is 3. So at that 3, actually this tangent is drawn. Wherever the tangent is intersecting with x-axis, that is considered as x1. And then it is taken here again. Again tangent is drawn. Again tangent is drawn. Again this becomes x2 then. And this is the value of x2. Again new tangent is drawn. And you may have like x3, and then you will reach to this exact root as x star. X star is the correct root where it is on x-axis, that point. Intersection of the curve with x-axis is the root. And you are approaching towards the root here in a faster rate, there. So that about the method here. This one is the method that you have, that is Newton-Raphson. This is the formula that you will have here. So just you change the function and you can check there. If you want, you can change fx there, like x cube only, and change x0. You will get everything there on the screen. Actually, it gives you the one iteration at one time. Okay. Someone is, I think no one is, just all of you are clicked only. No one is doing anything, I think, or it's not showing on my screen. Take on Sanchit, what Sanchit is doing. No, I think Sanchit is not changed again anything there. Okay. Remember, this is just for your extra information about GeoGebra. This is not related to our syllabus. In the exam, you have to do it. Manually, like whatever shown, whatever given here in a PDF. Whatever I given in the PDF, that way only you have to do it. Okay. Now I will tell you whatever the link I shared with you. Play with that activity later on whenever you want. But right now you focus on the example here, because this is one example that will do it right now, and after that the remaining part will do it in tomorrow's session. Okay. So last example for today. The question is like, use a Newton-Raphson method. use Newton-Raphson method to find the roots of this equation, correct up to 4 decimal places. So we have to do this till the 4 decimals start repeating. All 4 decimals start repeating there. That we have to do it. Sorry. You will observe the first thing that given in the question is the function fx we are given is with the base 10. Okay, the base 10. We are given log x at the base 10. Now, most important thing that you should know again about calculator. There are two important things. In the last session, we learned when trigonometric term appear, in the equation, which mode we should use on calculator? Radian mode. Very good. So this is the first important thing. You should use a radian mode of a calculator, and don't forget to reset the calculator again to use to do the remaining calculation later on. So radian mode is only for whenever the trigonometric equation you are solving. Now I am saying if only log x appear in the equation, if only log x or ln x appear in the equation, for both the thing we use ln tab on calculator. On calculator there is ln tab that you have to use it provided you are doing log x or ln x. Okay, or log x at the base e. Log x at the base e. So all these are same. So generally when the base is not written, it is assumed that it is natural log ln x. But when log x at the base 10 is written, log x at the base 10 is written, you have to use the tab log tab of your calculator. Log tab of your calculator there. So this is the one more important thing you should remember while doing a calculation. Okay. So that about the use of calculator. Now come to the example. Fx is given this much, this one.
Sir,
Yes.
so can you please explain once more that log and ln when we have to use?
Obviously, whenever you have to do a natural log, so whenever the equation only log x appear or ln x appear, so you have to use a natural log ln tab. Okay, and whenever in the equation it appear like log x at the base 10, then you have to use a log tab, log button of your calculator. Got it?
Okay, got it.
Okay. So whenever base is not mentioned, it is assumed that it is a natural log. That's only I am saying. So even though here log is written, but base is not mentioned, so it is ln only. It is ln only. Okay, that's one. Now come to the equation. Now, if you use a calculator now and you check these values, these are calculated with the help of log tab. Okay, not ln tab, because here I not change the base, so because of that we can you can check f of 1 is coming this, f of 2 is coming negative, f of 3 is coming positive. If you observe, f of 1 negative, f of 2 negative, f of 3 positive, so we say the root lies in the interval 2, 3. The first thing we observed, the root is in the interval 2, 3. Now with that 2, 3, for Newton-Raphson method, actually we require only x0, initial x0. Now x0 you can take as a 2, or we can take that x0 as 3, or we can take x0 as 2 plus 3 upon 2. Okay, that 2 plus 3 upon 2, and that is coming 2.5. But why 2.5 you can select? Again, you should check that f of 2.5, see f of 3 is positive. Okay, f of 3 is positive, f of 2 is a negative, f of 2.5 should be positive. F of 2.5, if it is positive, that's better. If you choose upper value of the interval, it's better that you are getting the answer quickly. That is again observed. So generally, don't take a lower value as x0. This is not a better choice. 3 or 2.5 is a better choice, provided that is the upper value of the interval. Okay, so Just a minute. So step number 1, we decided the interval. The interval is 2, 3. The root lies in the interval 2, 3. That's one. Now we have to take f dash x. To take a derivative of log x at the base 10, we cannot take directly, you cannot write the derivative of log x at the base 10 as 1 by x only. That is not correct. The derivative of ln x is 1 by x. Okay, derivative of ln x is 1 by x. So there is change of base formula. We have log a at the base b is log a at the base e divided by log b at the base e. Is it correct? Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes, sir.
I think I'm not. Yes. So log a at the base e and log b at the base e. So this is the change of base formula. This formula is used to change the base 10 to the base e. Base 10 to the base e there. Okay. So here I will write this fx here this way. So that fx equal to f of x equal to that x as it is log x upon log 10. Is it okay? Minus 1.2. Is it correct? Now e is not necessary to write. Actually, whenever you are not writing the base, it is ln base only. Sorry, e base. Okay, so it is natural log only. So even though if you write e or if you don't write, that is okay. Both are correct. So this is our sorry. This is our fx. First thing we got fx there. Now take f dash x. F dash x equal to this log 10 is as it is. We have to differentiate x log x. So we should use the product rule. First into derivative of second. So x into 1 by x, that is 1, plus log x into derivative of x. So 1 plus log x only. 1 plus log x upon log 10 minus 1.2. That is f dash x. Is it okay? We have fx, we have f dash x. Now we can start our.
So 1.2 is a constant.
Yes, sorry, that's derivative is a 0. My mistake. Very good. So this 1.2 will not come there. Very good. So that about we have fx, f dash x, and now we'll start x1. x1 equal to x0 minus f of x0 upon f dash of x0. Now here calculation is done with 2.5. I will show with the 3. So generally I prefer the upper value of the interval as x0, and that is a better choice. So x0 is equal to 3. So I take x0 equal to 3. Let. So if x0 is 3, f of x0 here we already calculated that. So this is x0 is a 3 minus f of 3, that is a 0.23 divided by, now I want this value f dash of x0, f dash of 3 value. So you should calculate it. Here is f dash x. Just replace 1 plus ln 3 divided by ln 10. 1 plus ln 3 divided by ln 10. Now you use a ln tab of your calculator, or you just directly write 1 plus ln x upon ln 10 also. 1 plus ln x upon ln 10 also, if you have the confusion. Yes, anyone completed f dash of x0?
So x03, sir, how it is
X-
coming? I'm not getting.
x0 is where is the root? Root is in the interval ab, na? What is the interval? That is 2, 3.
2, 3, sir.
I already told you, choice is your. You can take any one as x0, but generally keep the simple thing, always x0 is b there. Okay.
Yes.
X,
Got
we
it.
are approximating the root by some value, and we generally prefer that x0 as a b as a x0 there of the interval ab. So others are also correct. 2.5 is also correct. I'm not saying it is wrong, but so
Sir,
your choice.
2.746.
2 point
सर फाइनल आंसर बता रहा हूँ सर.
final answer. Okay, 2.15.
74615.
I will check the difference here. In difference in the answer, by 2.5 we get this answer. By 3 we get this answer. You'll observe the first two decimals or first three decimals are already the same. Okay, so it doesn't harm big there. It doesn't harm big with different x0 there. Is it clear? You can take 3, you can take 2.5, both are same, but generally prefer the upper value of the interval. So x0 should be b if the interval is ab. Got it? The same thing I already written in the slide, on the slide also. I will show you here. This is the PPT, and here in this PPT already I written here x0, take x0 equal to b if the interval is ab. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And now you'll just observe how many iterations we have to do it. Generally, we require maximum 3 iteration in Newton-Raphson. You'll observe if you got the interval AB in which the root is there and that interval is of two nearest integer, then maximum 3 iteration will require. You'll observe first 2 iteration, 2 decimals start repeated, and in third iteration all 4 decimals start repeated. So we say 2.7406 is approximate root after 3 iteration. After 3 iteration, 2.7406 is the approximate root. Okay.